Can you see me? Hello? Is this on? Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Episode number 4.
Woo!
Yeah, we're really moving up in the world now, okay? Let's just start right off with this whole thing. Let's have the Kiki right off, okay? Unless you got something you want to talk about.
Kiki's.
Oh, okay. But
Honey, Kiki time.
not that kind of Kiki.
Oh.
No.
I
Yo,
forgot.
nasty.
You hear the wife? Salute to the Kikis.
Kikis.
Woo!
Mm.
Oh my God.
You know, I gotta tell you, I got these two hooked on the Starbucks strawberry acai refresher. Girl, best damn drink for the summer. Am I not right?
Girl. No, it is correct. Yes. You know.
The wife gets through with one and she wants to send her down to get another one. So we're trying to figure out how to make our own.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna break that recipe
We're
down.
gonna tell him, give me the acai and strawberry. What is it?
Yeah, strawberries and acai.
Yeah.
We need the two juices. Then we just need to figure out how much of each, and then water, because I see them put the
So-
water in, and ice,
Right.
and that strawberries on top.
So, and if we can't find it, I'm just gonna have to grab the Starbucks guy.
Right.
Okay, and trust me, I'll make him an offer he won't forget about. You know what I mean? He's not
An
gonna
offer you can't refuse.
refuse, you
Yeah.
know?
But you know what? You think about it though. I mean, you know, these bad boys are like for the 30 is like almost $5.
$5.
And you figure you could probably
$4.95.
you could go out and like buy the ingredients and make them for like 10 cents or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, and
Yes,
you can
that
even
had
keep
the
the cup. You can keep the cup from the last time and just pretend. Just my sippy cup.
Because man, he drinks and everywhere.
Yeah. It's sad. Anyways, so let's have our Kiki.
Hey, what's my Kiki?
Y'all are
Kiki.
nasty.
Not that Kiki.
Oh, Kiki.
No, you know what I kind of wanted to talk about? It's something that I've been observing, and it's happening more and more with the COVID-19 thing. And that is that a lot of our queer safe spaces are closing down with a lot of other businesses.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just, but I mean,
Yeah.
when we grew up, that was the place to go to be yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know that the youth nowadays understand that as much. I mean,
No.
I have friends who are in their 30s who have joined the Afterlife, okay?
Woo!
But they get it, but I think anyone younger than that,
Well, you know what it is? It's the internet. It's all that
Social
stuff.
media.
Social media.
yeah, you can Tinder or Grinder. What the hell? I mean, you know.
Don't talk about Grinder.
You know, okay, what?
Grinder.
Well, you know, what is it for lesbians? Scissor? My husband wants to know about that, by the way.
So
He wants to know what is scissoring and does it work? Lesbian 101.
Well, now let me explain this to you. No, scissoring. Yes, it works.
And we'll just leave it at that.
You know, yeah, because if I do.
Actually, there's a South Park episode you should check out that has 2 of them scissoring. So they're construction paper characters, but you get the idea.
I can't scissor no more because,
Her leg don't bend that way.
you get to be my age, you cannot do that.
Her pole dancing days are
Gone.
long over.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
The only pole she has in her life is a barber pole.
My barber pole and my fishing pole.
That's it.
That's it.
You know, finito.
Yeah.
But no, it's just
But I did scissors a lot.
yeah, right. Yeah, she deals with scissors. But,
A lot. I still do.
hey, that devolved real fast, didn't it?
Scissors and hair.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
bet?
I got it. All right, but you know, it's funny because I just think that I just think the young kids, and it's not a judgment. I'm not judging how they do it now, you know, but I just think that from our perspective and our life, going to clubs and meeting people your age and
Yeah.
just go out and having fun, meeting their friends, so you meet new people that you didn't know before,
Yeah.
and the whole like art of seduction. You know, I mean, I don't know how you can seduce somebody on a fucking Grindr chat or on Tinder. You know what I mean? It's like it's straight up like chat. It's like being in a Facebook Messenger. You know, it's not that sexy. Even if you send a picture, come on, it's still not that sexy.
No, it's true.
You know, when we used to go to bars and clubs and we saw somebody we liked, you had to play the flirtation game, you know, to see if they were interested.
Hi there, you know.
You wait till we have Jeffrey on the show.
Oh, gosh.
There is a great seduction story with this one.
They did a big trick on me, okay?
Went on for a whole night. Okay. It was unbelievable. But we're going to wait till Jeffrey comes on the show. When he comes on, he'll tell the whole story behind it, and it is epic. So keep an eye out for that one. But no, I just think that, you know, when we used to go to... when we first went out, we were going to Studio 9, which was this... you know, tiny little gay club. You know, and it was for underage, but a lot of people who were over 21 still came to it because it had some
open late.
Yeah, and it had some banging music. It was really good. Yeah, you know, and so we really enjoyed, you know, meeting people that way, and it kind of, I don't know, I think if I were young today, you know, and I don't want to sound like the old man with the cane going, "Get off my grass." You know, but the whole thing is
That's a cane. Oh, so do I.
It's a candy cane. Anyways, but you know, honey, no. But it just, I just think that, you know, there's something lost there. There's a part of the queer community with cruising that, you know, even when I used to go to the Flame with you, and we used to go out, and you know, they weren't so pro on a lot of queers going there. But if you were like a femme, you know, like I used to do all the makeup and shit. They didn't really mind my being there. It was when it's when the straight college boys would show up for a kick, see two chicks hopefully kissing or making out. That was their big thrill.
Well, because a lot of the gay lesbians and gay boys, they bring their friends who aren't gay, and you know, so or they may have been bisexual or anything like that, but usually you'd go to let's go to the Flame lesbian bar. So a lot of the guys, I know because I took my brothers and my cousins, and they go and they hook up on the straight girls that were there with their gay friends. It was a thing. It was like, wow, we can hook up.
And it was really kind of interesting because back in the day, really, in fact, if you watch, and I'll put it up here, if you watch the certain part of Torch Song Trilogy that by Harvey Firestein, there is a sequence where two gay guys jokingly go into a lesbian bar and they get chased out by the lesbians. But in the early days, it really was like that. You had lesbian bars and you had gay bars.
Right.
And if you were a bisexual woman, I guess you could go to both, but a bisexual guy, you know, if they went to a lesbian bar, forget about it. You know, those girls would just run that man right out if they, you know, they would. And it was just really interesting because but then by the time we started going clubbing, it started blending
more.
Yeah, you know.
It was good, you know, you became 21 and it was good. It started blending in more. We started be able to, let's go to the Flame, or let's go to, what was that one?
What, WCPC?
WCPC's.
Yeah, West Coast Production Company.
Yeah, he took me there for my first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my first in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But not that.
You know what's funny? My friend Robert used to love taking... My friend Robert has a really twisted sense of humor. I have to cough this up. And he would agree with me. He knows that his humor is really kind of twisted. But he used to like to take me to overage bars when we were underage. And he would flirt with the bouncer until he got us in. And one time he took us to a S&M bar, which I'd never been to, you know. And I go in there and there was all these leather dudes and chains and harnesses and shit. And then there's me looking like Boy George just out of rehab, you know. And I go in there and I'm like, oh, this is interesting, you know. And my friend Robert disappears with some guy and they start dancing or whatever. And he wasn't even into the scene. He just thought it was funny to go and do that. And we would do that all the time. We would go to a lesbian bar that was the one down on India Street. I remember the Bombay. Club Bombay.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, right?
Club Bombay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but we used to go to all these clubs and stuff. But I remember going to that one, what was it called? The Eagle? No. I can't remember now. But anyways, it was over by WCPC. It was on Mission or anyways. But we used, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And we used to go. I went in there, and I remember there was this when he got on the dance floor with somebody he knew there, and they went on the dance floor. I didn't have anybody to sit with, so there's this me with this. You saw the picture. I mean, George O'Dowd, part 2.0. And I'm at this club with all these dudes in leather assless chaps, and the harnesses and the armbands and all that shit. And then there's just little old drag boy me, and I had
He loved it.
I did. No, but for a very different reason. I actually sat and listened to these older gay men who were in their 50s and 60s who were still going there, and they told me stories about their lives when they were, in the Korean War, and some of them were in the World War, and how they found each other back in those days. And for me, it was like, it was just wonderful to hear people who had gone through it before, even our time, when it was even harder than it was for us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it gave me some perspective, to understand that each generation hopefully contributes to the next generation, so that's why kids today can be as open as they are, I think. What do you think?
I think so. It's just so much better nowadays. That's,
Yeah, I don't think any of your straight friends ever bat an eye when you tell them about your wife and stuff like that, do they? And you work with the military.
Yeah, I'm with the military, so Navy.
It doesn't show,
Navy.
It doesn't show. But I don't know. I think that the younger kids, and maybe for them it works. Maybe it is better. I don't know. If you're young and you're watching this and you're queer and you got an opinion, we'd love to hear about it. But leave a comment down below, and we'll respond to it in another episode. But it just seems from our perspective that you kind of lose something when you don't go out, when this is not dominating your life. And you had to go out and mingle with people and talk to people, and there was no, I'm going to escape into my phone and ignore you. You had to deal with that shit, and I think that there's something that's lost in that process.
I think so. There's so much. Cell phones. I got the top-notch cell phone.
Yeah, and the thing is, she sits there.
I don't know how to do it.
That damn thing rings all the fucking time. And as soon as it does.
I hate texting, okay?
Yeah, she dictates.
I hate to text. People know, I said, why are you texting me? Can you just call me?
I know, right?
Call me, right? Give me a
call
freaking
me
phone.
if you need someone to talk to.
Hey, now. So...
Boy, that brings back some
was
memories.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
we used to actually perform together. We would sing. A lot of dance tracks had 12-inch singles that on the backside you would get the instrumental version of the song that was released, and so we would often take those songs and we would perform them, and adapt it for our vocals and stuff, and. It was a lot of fun. We ended up doing. You want to talk about Pride for this one? I don't remember what year it was. Well, wait a minute. Tina Marie. It was Tina Marie's song, and it was on the Emerald City album, which was after Star Child, and that was 84.
84.
So that'd be like 86, 87, right?
Around
about that time, maybe 88. We did a song called "Lips to Find You" by Tina Marie. And we're both huge Tina Marie fans. The woman was a goddess, and we both lost our shit when she passed away suddenly. But she did a song called "Lips to Find You," and I had the instrumental recording of that. So we taught it and we learned it ourselves, and we figured out how we were going to break up the song and stuff. And so
I thought that was a Janet Jackson one, but okay.
No. It was Tina Marie. "Lips to Find."
Lips to Find You. You're right.
Yeah, from the Emerald City album.
That's it.
Yeah. And so we were on a side stage at the main event. And it was at WCPC, which was a nightclub, and they had the bars were open for the people that was kind of where the beer garden was and stuff. You go in the back side of the club, and then you would get to the bars and stuff. Then they had booths and stuff all along the outer area of the club, and this is before they moved it to Balboa Park later. And so we were on the side stage, and we did "Lips to Find You," and the funniest thing you've seen it here in the videos. We know how to cut up with each other. It doesn't take much. We just barely go like this and we're off, right? In the middle of the song, we're singing it, and I turn to her and I say, "Show me your lips," because the song's called "Lips to Find You." I'm thinking she's gonna go, like, and blow me a kiss or something. What does this one do? She literally stands and spreads her legs out like she's showing me her cheeky lips, and I'm like frozen on stage, and she goes right on like nothing happened.
I did, but can I tell you how many people liked that one?
They did.
That was a crazy part about it.
All the lesbians lost their shit, man.
I had thongs and stuff throwing up at me. I was like, oh my God.
It was a riot. I could not believe that she did that. She pulled. I mean, she didn't go naked or anything like that.
Oh,
but
no.
But it was just the funniest off the cuff kind of thing. She went somewhere I totally did not expect her to go.
I didn't know I was.
And I had to recover because I was next line to sing, and I'm kind of thing.
I did not know I was gonna do. I just came out of nowhere. Because he kills me. We do stuff. And
we do stuff like that. Even in rehearsal, we do stuff like that.
Oh
we like to
God.
poke each other all the time. All the time. In fact, we just made a pact that, because so much funny shit happens during the day here,
Oh my God.
that we now have made a pact that, because I don't have time to go grab the camera when it's happening because it happens so fast. So we all have our phones on us. So we've made a pact now that if something funny happens in the house, one of us has to grab our phones immediately and start recording it. Because you guys got to see the shit that goes on in here,
It's crazy. Crazy.
So it's really funny, because just earlier we were having that whole thing about the talcum powder, and it's those moments where when we poke fun at each other and we rate
Talcum powder, okay? You have to understand. My wife, my lovely wife, she's OCD.
La chancla.
La chancla lady. She's OCD. Which I'm cool with that because who wants to live in the dirt in a messy place, right? But my God, she's just way too OCD.
Shut up!
No! It's true.
Shut up!
She could throw the chancla.
And she trying to tell you, she go, the thing is that whenever you try to tell her, to mind her business, she go, "Listen, Linda, listen. Listen." That's when you're on notice.
And she'll go right up there. Listen, Linda.
Is that not true?
Yes, it is.
She's getting ready to throw her chancla.
I know. She's priming it.
She is.
She's polishing it out, going, okay, I see where you guys are going.
She took the chancla off her foot already. She's ready.
And it's the pride chancla, so I mean
Okay.
business, okay?
Woo.
Okay.
Here we go.
Que la canción. Anyways.
What canción? What song are we talking about?
I don't know.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, we're talking about seduction. That's why the chancla came up. You and your S&M. Your Streisand. Your Streisand and Midler.
No. I am not S&M, please.
Streisand and Midler. That's what I'm talking about.
I am M&M's.
Oh, that's right, M&M's.
M&M's. Okay?
Right, that's right.
Peanut and plain M&M's.
That's right, M&M's.
You the S&M guy.
I don't do S&M.
Because I beat the shit out of
Streisand and Midler. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about my M&M's. Do you got any more M&M's, please? Oh,
okay.
God.
As I pointed out before, we really have no idea what the fuck we're doing. We're just goofing on this thing. But the idea is we want to make you laugh at some of the stupid shit that we do.
Yeah.
So that's our kiki for this time around. We're just gonna make it simple, okay? So for this story time, I think it might be kind of interesting to talk about, since we talked about seduction back in the kiki. What was one person, and you don't have to name them or anything, but maybe you don't know their name, that caught your eye, but you never made the connection? And how did you feel when the first time it happened like that? When you saw someone you liked, and how did you deal with it when they left and you left and you didn't leave together? Do you remember how that feeling? Of course, I know. That never happened for her. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I'm looking at her. I don't know. It never happened to me. For some reason, I don't know. I was very lucky. Knock on wood. Honest to God,
No.
I used to. I've dated the most beautifulest women.
Beautifulist? Is that
That's the new
that's a
one.
new one? Okay.
That's my word.
Hashtag beautifulist.
Hashtag beautifulest. and really beautiful women. And my brothers and my cousins used to tell me, "What do I got to do to get the girls that you get? Do I got to gain 200?"
You gotta have Kiki.
He goes, "Do I got to gain 200 pounds and talk like Rocky?" I'm like, "No, man, you just gotta be me."
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
You can resist his face,
I know.
right?
No,
You tell your guy.
Well,
It didn't happen to me.
well, for me, it was kind of it. I think the hardest part about being gay, especially when you're young, and especially in our day, like I said, the queer youth today, I think they're more open, and so they're kind of having parity with the straight kids in their school
Yeah.
and stuff. But when you're queer and you're going to high school, you see all your friends dating and all that shit going on, and you don't necessarily feel connected to that because you're lucky if there's one other gay kid in the entire school that you know about, and chances are if they're out, and you weren't comfortable being out, you didn't associate with them. They were kind of left on their own. And so I kind of I remember there were two boys at my high school who were part-time professional models. And they were identical twins. And they're both blondes, the blonde Adonis gods, and they totally had their shit together. They were both athletic. They were both on the tennis team. They both did track. They were very, very popular. And it was interesting because later on, when I was going to the clubs and stuff, they ended up showing up at studio.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, what the fuck? Because they had been rather dismissive of me, and they kind of put me down a lot of the times, and I had to deal with their bullshit. And so to suddenly see them in my realm, it was like, it was bizarre. It was a weird feeling. And then we would see a lot of straight dudes show up with their girlfriend, literally clutching their hands like, "Don't let the gay boys touch me. Don't let the gay boys touch me." And then 2 weeks later, the girlfriend's gone and they're sucking tongue with some other dude in the corner. You saw that happen.
I did.
Yeah. There were a lot of straight dudes
All
that
the
would show up
time.
there. Yeah, and they would just go on. 2 weeks later, they'd be by themselves. Where's the girlfriend? Where'd she go?
It's true. It's so true.
And it was weird, that's how it would work out. What is something that happened in a nightclub that you remember that sticks out in your mind of your clubbing days?
You and I dancing and Jeffrey, all of us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy stuff, but it was fun. God, one thing that stuck out. God, there's so many.
I know.
So many. We have to wait till Jeffrey's here.
Yeah, we gotta wait till.
We gotta wait till Jeffrey's here. Wait till you meet Jeffrey. He's a cool cat.
Oh, I know. Did you ever go to Noah down in Tijuana?
Oh God.
Okay. So this one is there's a club. There was a club down in TJ called Noah. Okay, and we used to all go on occasion when we got tired of going to the clubs up here. We would go racing down there because even though we were underage, we could drink down there because the drinking age was 18. So we would go down south of the border and go into Noah. And Noah was this ratty ass club, and it had Coke cans that were cut off and rolled down, so they hung them from the ceiling for shimmer lights and shit.
They took me there one day. Okay. Forget
She
about
never went again.
Noah's is
It's
no.
Noah.
No, please.
And they had some of the
God.
biggest drag queens. I mean, big. And every time, I don't know, it was a different era. I just have to tell you. But we would go down there, and it felt more exciting because the police were always chasing our.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Don't throw your chancla yet.
I know. She's cocked and ready.
She's ready to it,
No, but it's just, I remember that part of the fun of going. Well, we went to that one club that was way down past TJ. It was like
Los
out in the-
Equipales.
Equipales, yeah.
Equipales.
Which had like
Jesus.
Las Vegas as a banquet seating, and
I thought-
remember?
Oh my God.
It was a really nice club.
It was very nice actually, but man, oh man.
You had to drive through hell and gone to get there. Some roads that maybe if it rained, you weren't sure you were going to get home. But it was a really cool place to go.
They played a lot of good music.
They played a lot of
good music.
Dennis from Studio. Remember, he used
Yes,
to he would DJ down
Yeah.
there every now
So-
and then.
That was good. I'm not allowed in TJ anymore, so I don't ever go down there.
Well,
Gee, I wonder why.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
hey, honey.
Hi.
Both honeys are out here
Yeah,
right now.
I'm wearing a NASA shirt. My husband used to work for NASA.
That's such a...
I'm wearing a Superman shirt. This is it.
Okay.
All of a sudden we turn innocent, huh? Innocent, my foot.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda, you liar.
She's like, you liars. What is that?
I know, right? But yeah, no, I just think that. But I think the thrill of it was because those clubs were illegal,
Yeah.
and so felt like we were doing something beyond just going out dancing.
It was fun, dude.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun,
man.
but
It was adventurous.
yeah, well, and it was also slightly a little bit stupid. I do remember I went into a club with my friend Herman, who was like 6'3". He
Herman.
was really freaking tall, and I was dating him at the time, or we were sort of seeing each other at the time. And then we went to this club, and it wasn't Equipales, it was another one, and it wasn't Noah Noah, there was a third one. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Not the one by the Bahia or something like that?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one was crazy, man.
So I saw a boy there that I thought was really kind of cute, and so we started flirting with one another, and everything was going along real well. Then he said that he wanted to know if I wanted to go up to his house, right? I didn't know what was going to happen, but
You hear
So-
this, Jay? You hear it, Jay?
it was before you.
You heard it
honey.
here,
It was
Jay.
before you, honey. It was way before you.
Look, I got my shoe to whip their ass. I got him in
He's
check.
gonna throw the chancla.
Shit.
I got your back, Jay. I got your back. Throw the shoe at
Just keep cooking for her. Anyways, I went with this boy, and it was so funny because I didn't tell, because Jeffrey was with me, and I had gone there with her mom. I think we had stopped seeing each other at this point. I think that's why it happened. But we were still really good friends, and so we went with him to the club, and then I started flirting with this boy, and then he said, we started talking about music or something, and his English wasn't exactly perfect, and my Spanish isn't all that great, but it's decent, and so we could kind of understand each other. So he said he had a Dead or Alive, because I think I was in my Peter Burns Dead or Alive mode at that point, and he said he had a picture disc, which was a big thing back then, and he wanted to show it to me. So that was the excuse of us going up to his house, right? So we got on a cab, and then we drove to a bus stop. We got on a bus stop, and we ended up in Colonia Libertad, which is way up in the fucking hills, where I could like see the United States from where I was. And then we get off the bus, and we walk like half a block, and he goes around it. He tells me to stay where I am, right? I'm right under a frickin' light, okay? Fucking Boy George, Peter Burns out, standing in Colonia Libertad under a street light.
Colonia Libertad.
It could
I
not.
love to my little friend.
Yeah, right. It couldn't have been more of a target on my ass if I didn't have like a sparkler or a glow stick going, victim here, you know. But he goes into his house, he comes out a little bit later. But the whole time I'm standing there, I'm thinking, yeah, this is how my life's going to end. I'm going to be here, somebody's going to come and kill my ass, my gay ass, and I can see the United States from where I am. And it'll be the last thing. And then I realized I didn't even tell Jeffrey or Herman that I left.
Now, see, if I would have been there, he wouldn't have gone nowhere. Is that not the truth?
No, it's true. She used to watch my movements and shit, and if I got stupid,
I put him in check.
Yeah, she'd stop me.
Because that's how it is. I was the protector.
Yeah.
Tuffy.
Well, that's the way it is with all
That's
gay
it.
boys. Whenever you need someone to fight, go get that. It was
Yeah.
the first episode, yeah.
And how everybody thought, they didn't know if I was male or female, or
She didn't know, remember?
until I went to the bathroom. Okay. So,
I'd have a little book with the name of the week that she was running because I had to keep my name straight in case that she like referred me over from the girl. I had to know who she was that week. So I'd always have to check in with her when it was Reuben and Frank.
Yeah,
and,
so this is one that is a Reuben one, okay? I was Frank before. I only was Frank, Reuben, Eddie, and my best one was Giovanni.
Right, Giovanni.
That's my I still.
But that was saved for specific girls.
Yeah. You would. I'm still a Giovanni, okay? So, anyways, back in the day, because I also hung out a lot of straight. Most of my friends are straight, believe it or not. It's a whole story. We'll tell you about that another day. But anyway, so we'd go out. We all were in car clubs and stuff. And my one friend, rest in peace, Freddie, he told me, hey, I want to go out with this girl, but her friend wants to go out with you. She thinks you're cute, whatever. Can you go out with her? Because she won't go out with me unless you go out with her. He goes, and I told her your name is Reuben. I said, what are you telling him Reuben for, man? And she goes, well, because she's not gay or nothing. He goes, she likes boys and she thinks you're a boy. I go, well, how the heck am I going to pull this one off? Okay, so I'm like, oh my God. So we're sitting there trying to figure out. I'm throwing pillows at her. You stupid, give me these things for. So, okay, folks, if you're ready for this one, okay. So
Reuben had a second purpose.
Yes, Reuben became Reuben Jr., private part. Okay, so we got a dish towel. All right, we got this dish towel. We rolled it up, and then we folded it on the top, and then we put a rubber band, one of those big rubber bands around it. All right, stuck it in my pants. Can I tell you, I had the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. So I was walking around and
really hard.
Yeah, I'm a hi there, hi. You know, and I'm thinking I'm the shit because I got this big
third leg
right here, right? So then we go and so we're all happy. So we go pick up the girls and we go to a drive-in movie. Okay, and so I'm in the back seat with the girl. She's real cool and everything. He's with his girl up in the front. And we're in this badass lowrider. The nice. So we're messing around, right? And the girl decides she wants to rub on me. Well, she was rubbing so hard and good that it started unraveling. So it unraveled all the way down to my knee. A little bit past it. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, hey, Freddie, man, I gotta go back. Let's go to the bathroom, man. I gotta go to the bathroom. So I go back, I go, fucking I'm walking to the plate, big old thing down here. I'm like, I'm getting honked at and everything, because I'm like, oh, God. And I'm like, I have this badass with a big old shalong right there.
That can do your dishes on Wednesday.
Okay? So we go to the bathroom, we fix it back up again, and I go back. The girl's naked in the back seat. She's saying, Reuben, please, I need you. I want you so bad. But how I got out of that one was because I said, you know what, I think you're a great person. I respect you. And I wouldn't want to do this in the back seat of a car. You're too special for that.
Otherwise, you're going to have to bring Reuben out.
I would have had to bust out Reuben. What am I going to start drying it? You know what? Okay, girl, let's do this. Just going to slap the shit out of you.
It's a little moist. It's a little moist.
Yeah. Let me dry it. Hold on. Oh, don't cry. You know. The fuck. Right? So I did my deed. I told her, hey, so we kissed and hugged, and there it is. So that's my story of the Reuben Jr.
And then from then on, whenever she was dating somebody, I'd check in with her. So did you bring Reuben?
I'm not going to can't you tell? That's my Superman style.
Oh, God. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We did so. I did a lot of crazy shit.
And you still do.
And, thank you, honey.
She'll be here all week.
Yes. So that's my Reuben story of the day.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I remember those days,
You remember?
and I
You
really,
remember.
yeah. You remember?
You remember.
You remember? Okay, so let's move on to Envy Bag. Okay, so for this one, we actually do have some comments. And Tara both say they can't wait to see you in your makeup. Well, we gave that to you in this episode. Did you like it? And then we have Wendy, who said that, oh my God, this video gives me life, and she can't wait to dance with us.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea when we do the dancing. We just say, get up and dance, while we're singing and we're jamming. That's why we put the song on, so that you can hear a little bit of it and get up and get a little exercise on, So there you go.
That's it.
This one, though, you might just want to have a seat. Because this one's a little off the charts.
A lot off the charts.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see Fantasia? Well,
You're gonna see it live.
this is a real
This
Fantasia.
is live.
This is Fantasia on ice, okay?
We're gonna attempt it.
Yeah, we're gonna
attempt it.
Yeah.
If I can do a couple of plies for you guys.
So if you've watched Fantasia, you know what we're hinting at. But anyways, keep the comments coming. And like I said, in this episode, when we've talked about, certain things that, maybe you have an opposing comment, or you want to agree with us and you want to tell us your side of the story, definitely share it with us. We want this to be interactive. So definitely feel free to comment and put your 2 cents in, and we'll definitely respond to them. Okay?
Yes.
So thanks, Wendy, Marvin, and Tara, for commenting on this week's Envy Bag.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So let's dance. And we're back.
Yep.
So that's this episode. Not too long, huh? But we thought we would shake it up just a little bit and talk a little bit about some things that were generational, that they were different between what we think kids are doing nowadays and
to now.
And the way we did it back then, Those aren't our only stories about Mexico. I've got other ones to tell you. And first I got to check with a lawyer before I say
Okay,
anything.
right? It's like, you like my scream? That's like so sounds so
It's like
gay.
me with them. Okay.
I know, I'm like, so freaking gay.
Let's go drink some beer and ball some women.
Okay, let's do it.
Anyways, thanks for joining us, guys. Remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you want to do so. And, just tell your friends about us. The whole idea is that we want to bring a little bit of light and silliness to your world and get you through this whole COVID lockdown. And even though we are opening up slowly and going back out, do try to have a little kindness for everyone else. If anything, we should learn to be kind to one another now that we've seen how connected we really are because the virus spread like it did. So definitely, keep that in mind as you go to beaches and go to parks. Just remember to keep your bubble, your 6-foot bubble around you at all times. And be conscious of other people's, so it's just a good way to move forward. Hopefully we'll
Oh, excuse me.
Girl.
Oops. So anyways, as we were saying, Wear that mask.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. I might be in the real afterlife after that, you know.
We're living together.
I know. Except I don't know where she go when she's sleeping. She can sleepwalk or walk out the room. You know? Uh-huh. And you don't know if I'm working the corner.
He's always working the corner. I always know.
It's the corner of the fridge. That's what I work.
I hear his little pitter patter. It's in the fridge.
Hey, those midnight snacks, they keep you going, you know?
I cut down from buying pies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Anyway, so like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and leave us a comment if you want to contribute to the show. We would love to hear from you. And young kids, you know, young queer kids, if you've got a perspective on this conversation, we'd love to hear it. We want to know what you guys are doing. So definitely pipe up and let us know. Okay? So until next time, take care.
Yay!
And remember, you're in the afterlife.
You're in the afterlife.
Let's do it together. Let's do it together. And remember, you're in the afterlife.
Tuffy and Bass out.
Peace out.
Yeah.